Scorpio, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message the collective needs at this time is the message that is going to come through. I've set that intention with this deck and with my guides. So if you're here because this is in your feed, then this message is definitely for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot. We will pull any clarifiers. We'll go deeper into the message and pull oracle cards as well at the end. So if you're interested, you can join the membership or you can purchase a single video. I'll have the link down below. So definitely like the video and subscribe if you like the messages. All your interactions really help to grow my channel, and I'm very appreciative of that, but it also pushes the messages out so that others get them as well. And I love that because that's my goal, is to reach as many people as I can. So thank you for helping me with that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is about a partnership. This is about balance. The twos are always about balance and choice. It brings balance and harmony to relationships, right? So that could be relationship with yourself, the relationship you have with spirit. This can be an actual love relationship that is the underlying energy of this reading, right? So you take it how it resonates for you. If you're dealing with a love relationship, then this is for you. If you're just dealing with needing to balance, maybe needing to, balance that masculine and feminine energy, because this is a masculine and feminine here. And it's also just kind of, that equal give and take type of energy, right? You could be deepening your spiritual practice, right? If this is not about a love relationship for you. This could be like a business partnership as well. If you're dealing with a business partner or wanting to team up with someone in order to grow a business. So the situation is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is about, this is about sneakiness, right? Kind of deceptive energy. There could have been lies involved in a situation. This could be you deceiving yourself, right? But there is some sort of deceit. That is the situation. So the Seven of Swords is about what's being hidden from you and maybe even happening like right under your nose and you needing to trust in your intuition. So, this is definitely, a darker energy. This can also be about strategy, being strategic, especially if you're building a business or working with some kind of partner, right? So if you haven't been dealing with any kind of deception or lies, then this could just be about needing to strategize in order to move things forward. The Seven of Swords asks you to confront something. So whether you're needing to confront honest behavior with yourself or with others, involving other people, maybe they were dishonest with you, or it's a need for strategy. The blockage here is the Star. So the Star it's one of my favorite cards in the deck. The Star is about like that hope for renewal for the future, right? Like this comes after some kind of like painful or, like a tower moment. This is about healing from that. And then having hope moving forward, having the faith, healing from the present, both in your, body, mind, even in spirit, really. So, it's with the Star up here, it's about like a wish fulfillment as well. So this could be about you needing to heal from something that has happened. Maybe you haven't embraced that healing, and you're probably feeling very disconnected from either spirit or your intuition, probably both. It's going to take time, but your body and soul need healing. And I feel like, this is kind of a message as well. Like, don't give up. Inspiration is on the way. Because this can really take your hope, right? Because this is upright, that hope and renewal for the future. And then if it's a blockage, like your hopes could be dashed here. Because you've got some kind of disconnection, and maybe you just need to meditate more, trust your intuition, get your hope back, because I feel like this is very much taken, if this was lies or deceit in some way, it's really kind of taking your hope. If it's a love relationship where you've faced manipulation, lies, things going on behind your back and, right in front of your face, that can really that leaves a deep wound, right? So there is this need for a lot of healing and positive growth in order to move forward. The root cause of this is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is that Prince Charming energy, right? This is like following your heart. It's also, those emotions that you have. So this was an emotional connection. And I feel like I feel like it's disappointment within a relationship. I feel like you had like high hopes and expectations for what this was, like this dreamer energy. I always think of this as like, because he's like the Prince Charming, right? And like emotional offerings and very charming, very charismatic. And for this to kind of affect this situation here, I feel like your hopes were dashed again. Like this is disappointment and things could have fizzled out too quickly, or it could have been like, an actual partnership, marriage, union, or somebody that you had been dating for an extended period of time. And it did not turn out the way you wanted to due to the lies and the deceit that went on here. So what is in the recent past that is currently affecting this situation? We have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is about stability. It is that grounded, nurturing energy, right? So the King of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could have been dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But this is really that grounded, nurturing earth energy, right? So stability, prosperity, also practicality, right? Like being practical in situations and looking at them from a practical standpoint. And, I feel like this had a lot to do with your groundedness, your stable foundation. This could have had a lot to do with your money, right? Because pentacles are about money. So again, this could have been a business partner that deceived you. And, this was a caring friendship. Like the Knight of Cups doesn't have to just be about love, because it's about your emotions. So this was emotional for you, and it has really dashed your hopes. But it could have had to do with money. Like maybe they were stealing money from you. But this has affected your stability in some way, and your ability to like remain grounded and really kind of stay in that earth energy, just the nurturing yourself, right? And compassionate and having that foundational type of feeling, right? So like stability doesn't even have to be money. This could have affected like your home life. That's stability, right? This could have affected your emotional stability, your mental stability, right? This doesn't have to just be about money. And it could have affected all of those things. So the message from your higher self and from your spirit guides here is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about belief systems. This is about traditions. This is about, becoming a teacher, or like that higher learning, right? Trusting in your spirituality, and then, maybe studying some type of healing, maybe learning how to heal. Maybe you need to learn how to heal this wound, right? Especially if this is a repeated pattern in relationships. And again, it doesn't have to just be about love. Like you could have had one love relationship and then a friendship or a business partnership and a friendship that have resulted in the same outcome, right? Like people deceiving you. And that could be a core wound that you have that you're needing to heal from. So this could really be your guides advising you on learning how to heal from that, and trusting in your intuition and that spiritual guidance. Even finding a mentor or a teacher, right? Like counseling. This could be like a counselor, maybe going for some type of therapy, or, this is really like that bridge between you and the divine. So the heaven and earth, right? So I feel like this is more about finding some kind of mentor for a healing wound, right? Which, I mean, I'm not recommending not getting counseling, right? That's going to help you too. But I feel like this is spirit telling you to kind of, get connected. And also maybe like not being so rigid in your beliefs, right? This could have rocked your beliefs again with that stability. If this was a marriage, like a traditional marriage with your beliefs, that could have really affected your belief system. So now it's kind of time to really look at those, right? Maybe that's the wound as well, like looking at partnerships differently, maybe changing your belief systems around those, or, not being so rigid in those beliefs. In the immediate future, we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is about juggling, right? So this is about, you could be taking on too much in the near future, but it's about balance, stability, right? Those twos, again, like needing to balance, needing to find balance here. But also like achieving some sort of balance. I always see the like ships in the background, like up and down on the water. It's like the ebbs and flows of life, like the ups and downs of life, and needing to be flexible with those and kind of go with the flow and juggle everything, right? As you're kind of moving through this energy. So, you could be moving on from this or healing, and that takes time and that takes effort. And healing is not a straight line, right? It is up and down. Like one day you're feeling really good and the next day you could be really down. So, healing is not linear. It takes time, and you will have ups and downs for that. So really needing to prioritize yourself here and prioritize your healing. That work-life balance, like, yes, you still need to work your job, but you don't have to work so much that you're not healing, because you could be like the type of person that just focuses on work and you're not really healing from things, right? Like you're distracting yourself by working too much or taking on too many things here. But you could be like just needing to figure out a way to balance everything and trust that you're going to be able to handle all aspects of this, right? So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is about, it's competition, rivalry, right? It's kind of like delays, and like those are little annoying delays and circumstances that are out of our control, right? You may be feeling impatient or that there are delays. Just focus on one thing at a time in order to move through whatever energy it is that you're moving through here, right? Like this Two of Pentacles, prioritizing. Find out what your priorities are. Take care of what you can take care of and let the rest fall, right? Like don't take on too many things here. But, the Five of Wands can also have a lot to do with finding a solution, right? So you could really be feeling like you want to find some kind of solution to, I keep wanting to say burdens, but it's not burdens, like, obstacles, challenges. Like you're really wanting to find solutions to things here in regards to this situation, right? Maybe you're still in this connection and you've found out about lies and it's really kind of just taken some hope out of you. And now you're really needing to find a solution on how to deal with these obstacles, how to move through this situation so that you can move forward, whether with this person or by yourself, right? So in your environment, the influence here, we have the World card, which I love because you're ending this cycle, right? So I feel like this could have been a pattern or cycle for you, or maybe this was like a karmic relationship that you were in, right? And karmic doesn't mean bad. Like, I've had relationships where things just didn't work out and we parted ways, right? And I wish them the best. They weren't a bad person. I wasn't a bad person. We both still need healing, yes, but it doesn't make a karmic a bad person, right? This isn't somebody that was a narcissist or anything like that. I feel like this is just a cycle that you're ending in relationships or in partnerships, right? This doesn't, again, have to be about love, but this is a pattern or a cycle that is closing out, and you're going to be able to move forward into your rewards after all of this hard work, right? This healing that I feel like you're going to be doing, and the prioritizing yourself and, trying to juggle everything. And just knowing when to like celebrate your wins and, start a new journey from a place of like empowerment and maturity, right? Like, because this is a very empowering thing to do, is to close out this cycle. So things are definitely going to move forward. This is like, I always see this as a portal. like she's going through this portal into a new beginning. In your hopes and fears, we have the Magician. And the Magician is about taking some kind of decisive action and then, manifesting your desires and then taking some kind of inspired action to do that. Like creating your own reality, right? You have all of the tools you need. The Magician is a master manifester. He has air, earth, fire, and water. He has the swords, he has the cups, he has the wands, and he has the pentacles. So, like, you have everything you need. You could be hoping to really manifest your dreams here. You could be really hoping for some kind of self empowerment, right? Like stepping back into who you are and finding that desire to create your own world and then taking action on your dreams, right? Again, with this, like this situation taking your hope, you could be like really kind of getting that hope back and really wanting to be creative and move forward, and take your power back, like coming into like self-empowerment. Definitely, because the potential outcome here is the King of Cups. This is you. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this is you, like really kind of stepping back into who you are. Maybe even finding yourself again, right? If this kind of took your hope and you really couldn't see the future, you couldn't like really find that self-empowerment. This is you really coming back to who you are, because you are the King of Cups. Whether you're male or female, it does not matter. This is like emotional stability, compassion, love, and taking action from a place of compassion, and then having compassion for yourself and others in this situation, right? If this person did deceive you, yes, I understand that. It doesn't mean you have to let them back into your life, but it doesn't mean you can be the bigger person. It doesn't mean you have to, have any negative or any animosity towards them. So, yeah, I definitely feel like this is like you really kind of coming back to being who you are. And I really love that energy, just kind of stepping into your King of Cups energy. Even if you're female, like stepping into that masculine, right? Like being able to take action, but then having compassion and the emotional maturity. It's also like emotional balance, right? He is very in touch with his emotions, his intuition, in order to move forward and step into who he is. I really love that. I love that you came out in that potential outcome, because again, that is you, it's maintaining your boundaries and from a loving place. And then, just really having that King of Cups energy, this, leadership, this, intelligence, emotional intelligence, trusting your intuition. I love that. I think that's amazing energy for you. Definitely closing out some sort of cycle here. Maybe a pattern in relationships. This can even be family members. Like maybe you, found out a family member lied to you. That could be the emotional portion of this, but even friends, like we get close to friends. So this is definitely somebody that you knew for an extended period of time. But again, with that masculine and feminine there that I'm seeing in the Two of Cups, the King of Cups is that, right? Like he's very emotionally balanced, very intellectual, very intelligent. He's able to balance that head over heart, right? He can take action, but he can also do it from a loving place. So I really love this. I think this is an amazing reading for you. I obviously don't love the deceit energy here, whether that's somebody else or you deceiving yourself, but you're definitely coming out of that. It's just needing to prioritize and, ending a cycle here in your energy for sure, and then creating your reality. So I'm going to go ahead and take this into the extended. We will see what you don't see coming. We will get some advice from Spirit on the actions you can take to kind of move forward. And we're definitely going to pull a bunch of oracle cards as well. So if you're interested, you can join the membership. You can purchase the single video from my Patreon. The link will be down below in the comments. If this is where we part, then I wish you the best, and I'll see you next time. Bye.